Good morning. My name is Holly Baglio, your hostess with the mostest, broadcasting to you live from Holly Television Mobile Studios, right here in my beautiful garden home state of New Jersey. I want my HTV. Did you guys see how bright my kitchen light is? I can't wait to go back to the dollar store today because look at my lights. Well, first, I'm going to share this video because Facebook has not heard from me a couple of weeks, and since I'm out of jail, let's go on a Facebook rampage and violate their communities and standards all over again. They violated me for a stupid post. Yeah, stupid post. It was about super soldier stuff, and they violated me for it. What would Mark Sucks a Booger know about super soldiers? Nothing are my sentiments exactly. So I gotta get caught up with things. Hang on, it's gonna buffer because we're gonna let Facebook know I'm still alive and breathing. I went on a rampage on Facebook last night about the vaccine, and I just got started. But hang on a second. Share. It'll buffer. And I'm back. I know I look like such a mess, but I took a shower last night. I slept really, really good. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Seva. She's hungry. I'm starving. I just don't eat enough. My bed is so comfortable. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm never putting it on a frame again. I don't know what it is, just having the mattress on the box spring on the floor. Oh my gosh, I slept like a baby last night. So comfortable. Seva slept with me for at least half the night. That was really nice. And now my bedroom's empty, so I can shampoo the carpets, which I'm really excited about. Because when I first moved here, the carpets were steam cleaned, but then I went back over and shampooed them. But now I get to shampoo them again. I'm really happy about that because I like an immaculate house, and lately I have not been immaculate. The dust in here is like that thick. I gotta get on top of it. The only thing I'm on top of is alienating famous people. But I think the coast is clear for me being hit on, so Billy Bob can like relax a little bit in his job functionalities. ECWN won't have to wrestle anybody. I think the coast is clear is what I'm getting at, and that's a nice feeling. Because Ava kept screaming at me, don't go back, don't go back. I didn't go back to the famous musician. I didn't go back to the Illuminati. I went back to cigarette smoking. I did not go back to drinking. Although lately I've been feeling like having a couple of beers at night. Some nights I do, some nights I don't. Depends how I feel. My light bulbs in the house. You gotta see these light bulbs. It's like day and night. Okay. Look at how white that is. This morning I about blew my eyeballs out of my socket turning on the light bulbs. Turning on the lights, they were so bright. This one, probably can't tell. There's two bulbs in it. One's bright. Okay, this side is white. You might be able to see it on the ceiling. You see this side is like kind of a bluish tint. And then I'm doing a very good Vanna White here, considering the camera and everything is backwards. So anyway, you can see on that side, it's kind of yellowish, right? Okay, well, I put the dimmer bulb on that side where my bed is and the brighter one on that side. It actually makes a difference. I know that's weird, but it actually makes a difference. And then you can just tell I broke. I got to buy a new one by accident. I broke the covering for that light bulb. But even still, you can tell that's yellow. I can never see. You know, this bug net's cool. Do you know it drapes all the way down to the floor? So when I bring my mattress back in here and I leave it off the frame, the bug net will still reach all the way down. So that's pretty cool. My little stage. Hey, Christine. I love you, sweetheart. It's good to see you, honey. I'm so hungry right now. I could eat a horse. I wish somebody would. This is why I say I wish I was married, because I could be like, oh, hubby, hubby. Will you cook for me, please? I'll clean up. Ooh, yeah. I just wanted to stay. Seva's probably upset with me because I should have had this chopped up by now. I just don't want to cook, Christine. Apparently I cooked last night. I don't remember cooking at all. I think I bottomed at my interview because I was so tired. I don't mean to be tired. My cat's sick. My baby's sick. So everything right now is upside down for me. The Baglio household is in turmoil. One of its members is not feeling well, which today is Friday. We have to start her on the dandelion route, and I'm waiting for the melatonin to come in. I got a different melatonin because I got to make sure that the fillers don't interact with the poor cat. So all of that starts today. My chores have increased. I keep getting bad thoughts that I have to rebuke. The demons are definitely attacking. I'm doing pretty good this morning. I'm in a lot of pain, but I didn't use any of my go-tos to relieve the pain. Not that it's anybody's business, really, but I'm your ordained minister, and I want to preach from the pulpit, so I'm just going to be transparent with you all the time. But there is going to come a point where I'm going to have to tell people, listen, 99% of my life is like public, but I do reserve the right to keep something to myself. So, and I do. But as far as what's going on in my sex life, I don't have one. Not even with myself. So I'm not out running around. I'm not out doing drugs. I do need medicine. I'm struggling with cigarettes. I'm struggling, I'm not always so wholesome, I got a mouth on me. I'm very vocal on the internet, but in person I'm very quiet about it. Unless I know you well and we're both on the same page. I'm very disappointed with myself because I should have had Save It to the Vet October 2020, and I would have caught this. This is just for you, Save It, Ava. Yes, it is, honeys. Sorry, I don't know. Fucking hard to handle right now on Earth. So, yeah, they are flocking hard. They are ducking hard, aren't they? It's definitely a quiet morning, but I gotta tell you, my fibromyalgia is off the charts. I hope it doesn't. I wish I had pain pills because I wouldn't mind to take a dose of that versus kratom. I need a break from the kratom. I really wish I could have a week's worth of Dilaudid so I could come off the kratom and take a break from the kratom for a week. But I kid you not, my hands feel like if you took them and you put them on cement and then you took a sledgehammer and you just went whack right all on the tips. Oh, That's when I can feel them more now. And yeah, like the magnetism of the earth, that's off. That's really off. I can tell by the birds, they're like flying north and not south. Literally, the birds this year, I've noticed they're all flying north, not south. When I saw that, I was like, you know what, guys, on that note, I don't want to come with you. Don't take me with you. You're going up north. That's closer to Satan. It's also closer to the gates of heaven, because there's a literal place on earth that's the gates of heaven. Remember Enoch? He traveled up a big, tall mountain for Abba to take him. Well, that's why Nimrod built his tower, was to mimic that mountain and be able to still get up to heaven. Nimrod was a son of a gun. I don't like him. Abba gives me visions of the past. I know it might sound weird to you guys, but Abba showed me back when I was 18 and I first got saved. Abba wanted me to get baptized immediately, but the Baptist church in Millington said, no, you got to take a course for 9 months to learn what a baptism is. Plastic Christians. No, that's wrong. You never take the saving prayer and the water baptism and separate them. That is wrong. You're supposed to do them together. And if you notice, when you get baptized, you do the saving prayer. You say something to Abba before you get dunked under the water. I've seen people write out a whole document to read at their baptism, and then they get baptized. I never thought to do that. Oh, I know. You want it, and you want it now, but I got to cut it up tiny for you, sweetie. Really tiny, so you don't have any swallowing problems, because I don't know how to give animals CPR. I need to look that up and teach my altars how to give my animals CPR. Give my altars a new function. So, and there's another thing, to know whether it's an altar, a piece of your personality, or if it's a simple program that's running. If it's a program that's running, treating it like a person is going to get me nowhere. Validating the program is going to get me nowhere. And to know the difference when it's a program versus an altar, or versus tears. For me, it's tears. It's always 3 altars at a time. But I say, oh, an altar's forward. I shouldn't do that. I should be more specific and tell you it's a tear forward, but I'm just so accustomed to saying it's an altar. I should have changed the title to this. I have really bad titles to my videos, and then I'll get going on a good topic. Some of the videos, guys, I, on my own accord, put on private, because this is a form of therapy and healing and a form of counseling for me. It always has been since the year 2014. I don't care what the public wants to make of it or turn it around into. This is what my platform has always been, and I'm not going to let somebody steal what Abba gave me. I'm an ex-super soldier. I've been through every MK Ultra project pretty much known to man. People are being prejudiced against me because I won't get the vaccine, and they're prejudiced against me because they don't like the post I put up on Facebook. But that's my diary. It's my inner thoughts. It's my confessions to Abba. And then I try to put it up on Twitter and Gab too, but usually Facebook gets the brunt of it. But anyway, guys, I think I cleared the coast, so to speak. There's no suitors at my door anymore. I completely alienated them, and I'm kind of glad, because I don't want to be the object of them masturbating. When they do that, I can pick it up. Like, I can sense it. I know when somebody's doing that, and I don't like it. See, when you don't like somebody, or if there's an entity like skinwalkers, you don't say their name, because if you say their name, you're summoning them. Well, if you are going to covet and do that M word to someone, you are actually setting up a tie and a connection to them. You're setting up an emotional attachment to them, and you're physically acting on it. But I'm very sensitive to the spirit world, and when people do that, there's one particular person, he downloaded my pictures purposefully for his jollies. My pictures off the internet, Baglio Rage. Now, I think some people might think that's flattering, but I don't. I don't like being treated like a disposable piece of meat, only there for a man's horniness. It actually makes me feel pretty crappy about myself, to be honest with you. I have a lot of anger today that I'm feeling on the inside. I can only imagine that I made a mess out of Facebook last night, and you know what? I don't care. I'm not taking down the posts. I carry stuff around with me all the time. I try to put it down. Sometimes I'm successful and other times I'm not. I take everything to heart. Everything to heart. And then I'll have days like this where I'm just so sick and tired of taking everything to heart. I get angry and I lash out. That's why my village is helping me to replace lash outs with laughter. And it's actually really hard for me to do. So over the past couple of weeks, I've really been trying with Abba to replace the lash outs with laughter. But I see people hurt me all the time and they never repent for it. They don't repent to Yeshua. They don't repent to me. They don't stop doing it. They just keep doing it over and over. And then I get to carry around the pain because they broke my heart. They hurt me emotionally. And yeah, it takes me a long time to heal. But that doesn't mean I'm holding a grudge. It means I need time to heal. It hurt me. Shit, at least you meant something in the first place to even hurt me, right? I remember this time, December 2011, when the super soldiers... should I put water in this? I don't know. I'll just give it to her like this. She's been kind of eating it. Here, keep. I didn't forget about you, sweetie pie. I love you, honey. Here, I'll give you a nice big fat piece. Yes, I love you. Okay, good. I gotta keep her eating. I gotta get more chicken. I went to get chicken breast on the bone. They don't have any chicken breast on the bone at the store. And that's what I want to do, is get it on the bone and bake it with a little bit of olive oil or butter on top and bake it. Oh, it comes out so good. Sometimes I like to put the Sazon packets on it and adobo. So anyway, in December 2011, I was approached by 3 high-ranking super soldiers at a bar in Hooters in Westminster, Colorado. I always used the men's room, always, because it was always cleaner than the women's room. You're bound to meet a hottie. And there's no lines. That was the joke I said to them just right after they scoped me and I was compliant and walked in with them into the men's room. Anyway, when Commander went through the wall to the other side of the women's room, because I remember when they were done talking to me, I followed Commander to the back of the bathroom. The last stall was handicapped. We walked in. He closed the stall door. I don't know. I remember he closed the stall door. I turned around, and he had his back to the door, and I smelled this weird flowery scent. Oh, man, she scarfed that down. You want some more, Seva? Sweet. I'll give her the rest of that. Keep her. I'm going to find you a different treaty, okay? I'm not going to give you any more chicken. I'll get you a different treaty, though. Seva wants some more sweetie pie. So anyway, Commander, something smelled really sweet. I was like, you smell good. The next thing I know is we are on the opposite side of the wall in the girls' room now, last stall, which is also handicapped. He was kneeling before me and he said, I'm sorry, Holly. I don't know for what, but you know what? I'm sorry back to Commander too. None of it was our fault. I look at Commander as being my literal brother, okay? Like that's family type thing. So when I speak about Commander, I don't do it in a flirtatious way. I get mouthy, but it's not. I look at Commander as being my little brother. So anyway, truth be told, you guys hate him. I think he's legend. I'm alive. He got us all home safe. Same with McCullum. Anyway, so Commander had apologized to me, and while I was sitting there and Commander was there, the two other super soldiers were still back in the men's room. And the dark-haired, high-ranking super soldier said to the blonde-haired super soldier, do you know who that is? And the blonde-haired super soldier goes, shh, she'll hear you. Who am I that you would even say that is my question? Who was I to you? Who was I, period, question mark. So anyway, I'm curious to find out, and I want some answers around the Baglio household. Answers, I tell you. So when it comes to somebody using my pictures for their jollies, and they're setting up an attachment, they're saying my name, they're doing a lot more to my name, or you know what they're doing. You're summoning me. I can feel it. I can hear you. I can see you. I don't like it. Please don't do it. Please, when the Bible says to guard your thoughts, God means it in more ways than just 5 or 1. Okay, guarding your thoughts. You don't be doing that with me in my pictures. You're breaking a commandment as it is by doing that. That smut garbage. I have a vow of celibacy, okay? So I keep my hands to myself, but I keep them down at my sides, okay? That's it. But when you covet another person like that, you are setting up attachments. You're getting emotionally attached. When you covet a person like that, your hormone level is increasing. So now you've attracted the spirits of the astral world. Not good. You've opened up a door, big door. But see, I'm sensitive. I'm really sensitive, so I can pick stuff up like that, and I really don't want to. I remember someone from my past. I used to say to him, baby, how's it feel to be with an 11th dimensional woman? You must be jealous off your rocker. I can do things in the spirit that you have to pay $10 to go to a movie theater to watch on a screen. There is no way that you could control me, and there's no way that you would even know what I was doing. How's it make you feel, baby? I was going through abuse, so that comment was that question was well founded. Anyway, he had said to me at one point, leave me alone, leave me alone. And I thought to myself, dude, you are the one person I am leaving alone. I never bother you in the spirit. I never invade your dreams. Hell, Abba doesn't even give me dreams about you. And when he does, you're dark. You don't have any light in you. You're dark. Or like in a dream, I'll see a person just plain Jane like they are, like you see me. But I won't see any lights shooting through them. So they'll either be dark or I'll just see them as a person. But you guys who have a covenant with Abba, right? You have a covenant with him, a relationship with him. You guys light up. You guys light up like angels, except angels' colors, for lack of better description, angels' colors glitter. They glitter, and they have. There's colors in heaven that aren't in here, down here. Like that yellow-orange color I've been telling you about. I wrote about it in my book. Plus, I come from a yellow-orange planet from before I was born here on Earth. You should, you guys, I can't believe you guys don't remember heaven and the time before you were born. Oh, wow. I got to clean my cell phone. Not without my dog. Good morning. I think a lot of people have addictions, but only a few try to leave the addiction in the past. Happy Friday morning. Hey, light, Toth Path, and Lamp 7. Same person. Got you. Not without my dog. Not without my cat. She just scarfed down chicken. I need to cut more up for her. And my cell phone dropped in some grease, so I can't use the camera on the other side. But this is my pretty little girl. Oh, you so cute. You want some more chicken? You want some more chicken? Well, let's fatten the kitty up. She's back to going poo-poo. I feel so bad because that first week that I had her, when I took her to the first vet, that whole week she was just like drinking water pretty much. But now, like, you know, I take this, I turn it into applesauce. She doesn't seem to like them anymore, but I put them in the chopper with water, turn it into applesauce. Then I get chicken here. I figure if I cook for Sava, maybe I'll cook and eat myself. Like, really? That's not a bad idea. I gotta find a store that has like chicken breast on the bone. Because if I cook that for Keeper and Sava, then I will end up eating. So maybe it's a good idea that I cook for them. Somebody told me to order like Turkey Tug or go to certain places to get them food so I don't have to cook all the time. I'm going to need to do that because just manipulating with the rheumatoid arthritis and fibromyalgia and the Baker cysts and all of that, it can be overwhelming cooking. But at the same rate, maybe it's not a bad idea because if I cook for them, then I'll cook for me. I'll start to have value about myself. I'll start to care about myself. I know, sweetie pie. I'm chopping it small as fast as I can, honey. My little rattle toy. You rattling? All right, I know. This is all for you, sweetheart. I know, Keeper's not even getting any. You're not making friends with Keeper, I'll tell you that much. No. Don't worry, Keeper. I'll give you some canned food, okay? Since you're not going to get chicken, I'll give you some canned food. You know, I really don't enjoy this morning. I was really kind of agitated, to be honest with you, because I don't want to smoke weed most of the time, and that's my only option right now is to smoke it until I get my license in the mail. And You know, I'm after the effects that it does for my body. I want to keep a clear mind, of course. So my only option is to smoke it right now. So I brought myself to do it. Coughed up a lung, but at least all the mucus is out. So I have clear breathing. My sinuses are open. That's for sure. But that wake and bake thing isn't such a bad idea, maybe. Maybe I should, like, make a practice of it because I'm a little bit more calmer. But I just don't like... I want to get the edibles. I want to get the edibles. So I did an interview last night with Daniel X on Fringe, and I think I did a terrible job. I'm very disappointed in myself. I was really excited to do the interview with him. I was really excited to meet Daniel X. I really hope to talk to him more. Very nice man. I give him my prayers and blessings in Yeshua's name. When I have a link, I'll get it to you. We recorded it last night, so he'll upload it, and I can't wait. I can't wait. But I hope to get a chance to do another show with Daniel X again because I want to do a better job than I did last night. Tonight I have a big show with Dan Bedondi. So the house chores that I didn't do yesterday, my PayPal thank yous and my food stamps, I have got to do that today. But more than that, I have to sit down and write and type. I have to type how my MK Ultra was affected by this demonic attack, what this demonic attack was, how it came about. So I really need to get my head in the game. I want to do a good job for Dan. And it's basically going to be about what happened in December. And you guys saw it firsthand on YouTube. Puke and vomit, and puke in my hair, cold sweats, not eating, shaking. You guys were there for it all. Live, too. Well, now we're putting together a broadcast about it. I want to get my software working so I can get up on Fringe. You know what? I should be able... We changed all that. I wish to watch the interview. Post the link. Yeah, Dan Bedondi will be live tonight. I'm tired, not without my dog. Like, I could use a second set of hands. That would be nice. But if I get a second set of hands, they're going to wind up hitting on me, and it's not going to be worth it after all, and I'm just better off doing everything by myself and on my own. That's about it. Not without my dog. That's about it in a nutshell. Well, I do have one friend that won't hit on me. But they also won't come here and help me. Yep, one friend that won't hit on me. Well, you guys. But I was thinking about the face-to-face friends, you know. I'm only good enough when they're horny. I'm not good enough any other day or any other time. Well, Holly, call me when something's wrong. Dude, I just told you Save is sick and I'm a mess. How many times do you want me to tell it? I didn't call you because you're never there to begin with. And I got a support system that's there. I don't know. So... All right. Hey, Sava. I want some more chicken. Breakfast in bed, honey? You want some more chicken? You pretty girl, what can I give you? Did I give her? No. This is your dog food. Yeah, that's your dog food. I'm going to give you some of this, but I can't give you a lot. Otherwise, you get runny. There. I should put a thing on this that says keeper, so I remember it's hers. Where am I? Lukert, Sunday broadcast. I gotta remember that one. But I gotta do this today. And then I'm supposed to go shopping for somebody. Keeper. That's yours. All yours and nobody else's. Yes. Alright. So I suck with the smoking, I'll tell you that much, guys. I don't have it in me to go through the discomfort of detoxing right now. I'm just sorry, guys. I'm going to have to give quitting smoking a shot in a couple of days when I'm up to it. I know Abba gives us his power and strength, and he takes the detox away from us, but I hate to say it like this, but can just today I not have to try at it? I'm tired. It's good to see you, Nancy. I was praying for you this morning. Yeah. From pain, stop being hard on yourself. Thank you, Nancy. I slept pretty darn good. I thought about you too, Nancy. I kid you not. I slept really well. You ate all of that again? All of it? Did she eat that or did Keeper jump up on the bed behind me? Or did you eat all this? Did you eat all that? Did you eat all that? Did she, Keeper didn't, go in the room and jump up, right? You didn't see Keeper jump up. Crave sleep. Yeah, I know. I gotta tell you guys. Hot baths, yeah. I love hot baths. Light some candles. Glass of white wine. Sit there. Calgon, take me away. Get out and then just knock out right afterwards. I gotta tell you, having my bed on the box spring like it is on the floor, my mattress just increased comfortability by 75%. So when I get my bedroom carpet shampooed and I bring the mattress back in there, I'm going to leave it off the frame. Oh my goodness, I was so comfortable. So comfortable. And I got fuzzy sheets too. Fuzzy blankets. I know everything's white. That way I can bleach it. Library files. It's good to see you. I gotta take a shower. Thank you, Nancy. So, I need to send out my thank yous for PayPal, and then I gotta send out a second email message to people. Because I need everybody's help. I need a letter from everybody. I'll explain it in the email. And I just better hop to it. It'll probably take me an hour to do, and I should just do it and get it over with. What was I thinking last night? You know what? I wasn't thinking last night. I should have drained this chicken from the fat. I was not thinking at all last night. Apparently I cooked. I don't really remember cooking. I'm missing time. There's nothing really I can say or do about it. But it's aggravating. And the altars are forward, so, like, because Seva's sick, so I'm definitely juggling the altars, and I can feel that I'm juggling them because my fibromyalgia hurts. I don't even want to look at Facebook to see what I put up last night. But I'll tell you what, whatever I did put up, it's coming from a place of pain, and it's coming from a place that I'm trying to heal. And I'm just not healing for some reason. I gotta try harder. Foggy, yeah. Why do you miss time? Is that a regular thing? No, it's not a regular thing. It used to only happen 4 times a year. But I had a much quieter life back then. Much quieter life. I was not public, right? My attorney did my food shopping for me. So my life was very quiet. So I didn't have so many ups and downs. When my altars come forward, sometimes I have missing time where I'm not co-conscious. I don't remember. I just don't remember. Or I have like fragments of the time where it's like, I think I did this, I think I did that, but I'm not too clear on it. When I'm highly stressed, my altars will come forward. And sometimes I will have missing time. In 2018, when the ex was living with me, I had missing time quite frequently, but I was stressed to the max when he was in my life. He stressed me to the max. So I'm stressed now because Seva's sick, and that's my little girl. And Keeper's my little girl too. Do you want any more food, Seva? All right, I'm keeping up with the dishes, which is good. Because that's a demon for me. Like, I woke up this morning and my sink was empty. I washed all my dinner dishes. Apparently, I made chicken breast and wine sauce last night. I really don't remember. I am definitely going to try to get a nap today before Dan Badondi, but I got a lot of stuff to do. And I'm procrastinating. I'm really procrastinating. It does, Nancy. It does. It does. My taste buds are off, too. It doesn't help, man. I don't like when I get cravings for beer. I have more. Sometimes the kratom will stop the cravings for beer. I don't know why that happens. I kind of want breakfast. I'll probably take a nap today. I tried to take a nap yesterday before my interview with Daniel X, but I wasn't tired. I couldn't sleep. And so I thought, oh boy, I can see it now. As the evening comes, I'm just going to start dwindling until I crash. Mrs. Time, I can't remember things. That's why I email folks can't. Yeah, you know, I blame it on the fibromyalgia too. I can't. Yeah, I blame it on the fibromyalgia. Or MK Ultra. But, at this point, they're kind of like intertangled and intertwined with each other. So, you know what I got at the dollar store? I was so happy to come by it. I should just rinse that chicken off with water, is what I should do. Anyway, I was so happy. The back of my hands, man, from washing them so much, I can't pet Seva. Because, I can pet her, but I have to wash my hands first because she's not cleaning herself. She started to clean herself a little bit more, I noticed, and I was very happy about that. Um, but just in little small areas, nothing big. But I make sure that I touch her with clean hands. And like even lotion, like I only put it on the back of my hands, but that's where it hurts the most. But even lotion, I don't touch her with lotion or nothing because she can't clean it. Brain injury, why? I asked. I'm sorry for your suffering. Not without my dog. Brain injuries. Well, I wanted to pray for a woman that had brain injuries, but she told me, she goes, I'll accept your prayers, but you can pray for me at home. I was like, all right. I was kind of glad she did because, she didn't, she felt comfortable enough to say, yeah, you can pray for me, but at home, not here in front of me. I don't do that. I don't accept it. I don't really know who you are. And I thought, wow, that's good. Because you don't want to accept prayers from just anybody. You really don't. You have to be cautious. What if a witch is praying for you? Do you really want a witch cursing you? Praying for you? No, honeys. You're standing here, and mommy is going outside by herself. No fur babies. This is a human being 47 and older. Well, actually, you're older. Okay, this is a human escapade. My jacket. I gotta sew my jacket. It's all tore up on the inside. Wanna see? It's all torn up. The pockets, too. There's holes in the pockets. I can't use them. I love this jacket. I want to... There she is. She's so cute. I gotta clean my camera. It fell in grease. I wish I could help you. I'll be all right. Oh, sorry, Seva. Really? Do you want to? I want to be honest. She is cute. You should have seen her kittens. Oh my God. I wanted to keep them until I saw how much cat food and cat litter I was going through. She is. At first I was like, oh, she's just a typical looking cat, but no, she's cute. My friend has cats, but I'll tell you, his cats, rest in peace, most of them. His cats are not cute like Seva's cute. Like they're kind of big cats and their face is kind of like longer. She's just like a little pansy face, She's just adorable. I'm so glad she found me. I'm so glad she decided she wanted me to be her owner. Same with Keeper. I got Keeper for a boyfriend. She ended up following me around the house and, well, I got out of my own way, broke up with him, and kept the dog. My legal papers, too. That dog comes back to me, not to him. So, yeah, Keeper is listed on legal court documents. I cannot. That is my dog, not his. If anything happens, that dog is to always come back to me, never him. He punched her in the face times. On the second time, I was like, that's it. You got to go through me to get to her, and you just got to get out. That's when a police department helped me plan to get away from him. I love cops. I pray for them all the time. But yes, many years ago, I think it was in 2012, 2013, the summer 2013, there was a police department that helped me put together my own escape from that guy. I kid you not. I kid you not. I should have gotten away from him sooner, and I had opportunities, but he was always right there, so I felt like I was stuck and I couldn't. Hey, Tellies. It's a quiet morning. Cops are not our friends. Oh, I love animals. No, there's some good ones, and then there's some bad ones. I think around here where I am, honestly, I think there's some good ones around here where I live. To be honest, I've met most of them, and they don't have an attitude. Well, they don't want to have to deal with, what they deal with, but they're nice. They talk. They put me at ease. They're friendly. I like them. I like them a lot, to be honest. I wave at them all the time. But I'll be honest, there's been other police departments and other police in other areas of New Jersey, and I just stay away from them. Yeah, and you know what? I don't think I want to use that THCO to quit smoking. I tried it on 2 different occasions. I don't like it. To replace the cigarette with the THCO. That way there's no nicotine, and then I just have to worry about the oral fixation. It's not going to work. I don't know that I really like how that THCO makes me feel smoking it. Honestly, I'd rather have the Delta 8 because I guess that's what the THCO is Delta 8. I'd rather have it I'd rather ingest it than smoke it. Smoking it gives me a different feeling, almost like a head rush, like I'm spinning around in a circle too quick, and I'm not big on feeling like that. But I've had capsules that were Delta 8 that you ingested, or the gel tabs. I like the ingestible Delta 8. Like, I like that feeling better than smoking it. So, thank you. God is timeless. Thank you, Nancy. Yeah, I pray to stop sending up cigarette smoke. Hey, this is Joe Smith. How you doing? Good morning. I'm probably going to switch wrenches around, guys. Not right now, though. James Sarsma, he'll always keep his, though. If my altar stopped touching things. What should I eat? I could have chicken breast and wine sauce for breakfast. Maybe I'll have that. Like last night I ate it, but I ran out of noodles and I was going nuts for noodles. Like when I get something I like to eat, I'll eat the daylights out of it. I will. Like those tacos, those were happenstance how I made them because I didn't have the seasoning. So I made up my own seasoning and they came out so good. They really did. Chicken squares, I'll eat the daylights out of that. But see, I gotta cook all this stuff. Wasn't I getting another cup of kratom? I didn't smoke cigarettes for the bigger part of yesterday. Rice pudding, note to self, you're right, rice pudding. I gotta do food shopping for myself, but I think I might go tomorrow night. I went food shopping on a Saturday night, and oh my gosh, everybody in the place, they were so nice. They were half asleep, most of them in their pajamas, but everybody was so nice. They're like, oh, excuse me, oh, sorry. Saturday night shopping? Uh-huh, I'm going. And it's like people like me, my age, you can tell they're like bachelors or bachelorettes. I mean, they're walking in their pajamas. They fit right in. And I always got my head in the clouds, so I'm bumping into people unintentionally. Snow weekend. Yeah, I know. I gotta go shopping today. So, first PayPal. I gotta get my energy up. First PayPal to send out my thank yous. And then I have to deal with my food stamps. You hear the wind? It sounds like ocean waves. I want to go down to Sandy Hook for a day during the winter. I'm not going to be able to do that with Sava, though. I can't really, I could take her with me, but throw the cat and the dog in the car and go down to the beach. You know, I've only seen the beach one time during the winter. It looks different, right? I just want to see what it looks like. Smell the cold salt air. I got my little pile of butts here that I better throw out. I bought a broom at the dollar store. I'm so amped up about it. I finally got a broom. You want to see? I ride it very well. Hang on, let me show you. Well, hang on. You guys better look out, man. Holly's got her broom. I am mobile now. Na 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 na. Wouldn't that be funny if I started to, you know, sit on my broom, right? And we just started to lift off. I got a car brush. I got one of those. But I finally got a broom at the dollar store. But it was $2 because you have to buy the stick separate from the brush. I got a broom. Broomsticks, bed knobs, and broomsticks. Ah, what's going on in here? I gotta clean the back of my cell. It's got all goop on it, so. I'm tired. It's 10. She wants me to go food shopping at 11. I have no energy for this. I really don't. But a nap would be good about 3 to 6. Wake up at 6, keep her save her medicine, and then spend 4 hours typing and writing, getting ready for Dan. So if I could just pull it together till 3, nap would be good. Why is Bonnie not? Bonnie! I'm over live on YouTube. I'm not mad at you. I'm just drained and dealing with Sava. Poor Bonnie. What's up, Keep? Cup of kratom. Hang out with you guys for a little bit longer. my friend Bonnie. She's usually in the chat room. Bonnie Huff. She's shooting me text messages. Hey, good morning, Garrett's Fishing. I was showing off the pictures you painted me. Thank you for those text messages. I'll tell you, Garrett's Fishing, that night I was hanging on by a thread. And I remember you texting me. And like last night, I had a little bit of missing time. The worst thing I did was cook. At least I didn't I don't even want to look at Facebook. I probably lashed out on Facebook. I don't even care to take it down anymore. I don't care to censor myself. You know, like that one dude really hurt me. And then just to keep coming back around and like having what do you say? Just, you know, I told him how I felt. Ah, you're watching my video? Hi, Bonnie. I love you, Bonnie. Yeah, well, that one guy really hurt me. And then just to keep coming back around. Oh, but I really love you. No, you don't. No, you don't. You really, truly hurt me back in May. And it's not fair to me. Like, thank you for your apology. It did mean something. Really, it did. When you did say the words, I am sorry, Holly, for what I did. That did mean something. But after that, just leave me alone. I'm not breaking my vow of celibacy because I turn you on more than your girlfriend does. Like, why can't guys just leave me alone? And then they keep pushing the buck. And when I snap, then I'm the one that looks bad. But they keep pushing the buck. Stop. Just stop. Leave me alone. Really, just leave me alone. Pretend you never met me and leave me alone. Yeah. I don't know. I'll just stick to green kratom, no red bolly, because that'll knock me out probably. I have double grape. Double grape will knock me out and put me to sleep. I'm just worried that it'll keep me sleeping way too many hours. That's indica, and it's great for sleep. You know, I should have smoked that last night. I didn't even think of it. It's because I'm not really big on the whole smoking thing. Hey, it's Art by Pam. I love you too. No, I don't have a roommate. I got Keeper and Seva. I've had roommates before. Hated it. Because you can go up, because if I had smoke and they didn't have smoke, gimme some. No, guys, go get your own. I'm broke. I'm not your dealer, supplier, or anything like that. Leave me alone. Or they take my food in the fridge and never replace it. Steal my pots and pans, so I'd go and steal them back. Literally. One lady was there was an older lady who was a roommate there for a short period of time. She's like, no, just write down what Bill stole from you and give it to the landlord and have the landlord retrieve it. I was like, get the hell out of here. My stuff is sitting right there. I see it. I walked from my side of the house to the other side of the house, grabbed my stuff that was stolen and brought it back and put it away. And then I demanded that a wall be put up so that thing would stay on his side of the wall, on his side of the house. Oh, man. Hey, good morning, Wendy. So, yeah, I had roommates before. They all sucked. else sucked? Trying to think, did I have any good roommates? No, they were all men. They always hit on me, or they wanted my smoke, or they took my food. Yeah, I've had some really bad roommates in my past. I had a set of younger roommates. They were like half my age. Those kids weren't that bad. But, sorry, I'm cleaning my phone. But for the most part, my roommates always sucked. had my cousin as a roommate down in Tennessee. She sucked, man. Horrible. Horrible. Let's see what other roommates. My grandma and I lived together all my life. Her and I got along famously. I was really attached to her. No problem living together ever. We always got along. Once in a while we'd have a falling out. But it was always like, I don't want to fight with you, Graham, because I love you so much. I can't take it, type of thing. My grandma and I we always got along, you know. It was always easy peasy with Grandma. Then, let's see what other roommates. Marilyn sucked. I didn't like that one bit. I was thinking to myself, you know what, I'd rather have the sleazy roommate stealing my food and hitting on me than being here at this house, living this type of religious fanatical lifestyle. Religious fanaticism. Here, I'm all about Yeshua. I mean, I don't stop about Yeshua for 5 seconds. I really don't. My ex at 21 years hated that about me. You wake up and it's, I had a dream from God. You're always talking about Yeshua. Yeah, man. But I don't have to be a religious fanatic or a conformist to worship him. I can still be the individual God intended me to be. Look at all the different people in the Bible. Hey, Huntress. Yeah, I've been having a talk with my altar, and that's probably why I had missing time, is because I started poking at the bear, so to speak, with one of my altars. I have an altar who's a programmer. I really hate to even admit that or say anything, but yeah, I have an altar that does that type of stuff, knows all about it, and I've been poking at her lately. That's probably why I lashed out on Facebook, is because of that altar I've been poking at. I want to know what she knows. So far the gatekeeper has let me back in the library. My library has shelves of books. It's got 2 floors. There's like a loft with a big screen. Like on the first floor, there's a big table with chairs around it and bright lighting. There's a hidden room off to the side, but I ripped the doors off the hinges. I ripped the door off the hinges, so it's open now, so it's not hidden anymore. I had to rip the door off the hinges because I had an altar who was locked in there, and that was the altar who got in a knife fight trying to protect her baby so they wouldn't use it sacrifice after delivery in the dumps. That altar was locked inside that hidden room, all bloody and bleeding. She told me a bunch of stuff, and I believe her. I validated her. I made the mistake of telling the plastic Christians, and that's when they ran around looking up Rothschilds and Bowers and all the Illuminati families and holding their laptop up to my face. Oh, she looks like him, right? Oh, she looks like him. Oh, that's who created her. That's the one who paid money. Yeah, she looks like him. She's related to that Rothschild, that Bauer. What a nightmare. What a nightmare. But we have smiles on our face, Holly. We'll throw money at you, Holly. Why can't you just be happy? Why can't we all just get along? Pray for a rapture. We're in tribulation, guys. Now, what did I have to repent for? I got to get back into prayer and fasting. And when I do, I will put down the cigarettes. The letter to Ephesus. Church Thyatira. So what does the church of Ephesus say? Hey, save Ava. I'll turn off the light. Well, I wasn't like pushing at it, but I was like, hey, I know you're in there. Will you show yourself? That's what I mean to say, Huntress, is I know she's in there. I want her to show herself. So that's what I mean about poking the bear. Amy Renee, how are you? Good morning. All right, so I want to see something. Revelation. Church of Ephesus. Yet I hold this against you. You have forsaken your first love. See, I got to keep Yeshua number one. I got to fight harder to get rid of those cigarettes. And then Church of Thyatira, what does it say? Nevertheless, I have this against you. You tolerate the woman, that woman Jezebel, who calls herself a prophetess. Those are people talking about a rapture. By her teaching, she misleads my servants into sexual immorality and the eating of food sacrificed to idols. I have given her time to repent of her immortality, but she is unwilling. Okay. Wow. See, this is important, what you eat and where you lay your head. I better check Facebook. I better clear down my Facebook, right? I have a bad feeling I wilded out too much last night. I better clean up my Facebook page. I hope that's the only page Yes, my altar just flipped. Come on. I'm cleaning up my page. I'm having panic right now. Bad panic. Holly. It's okay. Delete. I don't have to read the posts. I can just delete them. Doesn't matter what they say. I know that I already feel them. I know that I already feel them. Now, okay, I took down my post. All right, I'm having a sense of calmness come over me. I'm very tossed about a situation, guys. Okay? Now, I live alone and secluded, and that's a no-brainer. I'm keeping good company. But when I leave this house and I go out, what if I have a friend that's a cokehead? What if I have another friend that's in sexual immorality? Doug, I need to give you a call, Doug. My mom and I aren't talking. I didn't get any of those things. I gotta give you a call, Doug. I've been praying for you a lot lately, too. Hey, Doug. It's the strangest thing. A couple of weeks ago, I bumped into, like, someone Now, I put it up on YouTube community tab. I took a picture of their YouTube channel. And it was like Bible Theory Code Research or something like that. That's not Chris Ray. That's another dude. Did Chris impersonate this other dude to me? Because this other dude on that channel, the Bible Code thing, when I saw his face, I was like, wait a minute. This man and I had a falling out with each other. But I was thinking that was Chris, not this other man. What is there, 2 people out there with Bible Code Theory Research YouTube channels? I am so gosh darn twisted around, Doug. I don't know. All I can say is people have gotten me confused. They don't correct themselves. They leave me confused. So obviously they intend to have this chaos. So, but I'm starting to think, boy, they're not so good. I think that Chris was impersonating the other man, and that other man and I had a falling out, and we shouldn't have had one. Unless I'm altogether confused, Doug, which could, I don't know. I'm all twisted around, but I took, oh, that is his channel. I must have misunderstood his video, because in his one video, it sounded like he was calling out Chris. And that is him? Okay, well then good. We've got each other on block. I got the right person. Then we meant to have the falling out. All right, because I got confused, Doug, and I started thinking that guy was a different guy. And that guy was calling out Chris is what I thought. Hey, it's G. It's good to see you. Doug, I'm sticking with you, and that's it. That's it. There's never any trickery. So, I don't judge people. I don't scrutinize people. I don't make a practice of the same things that they do. I just saw, but taking up company, I'm going to have to read the Bible about, what God instructs us to do. But I don't ever want to shun somebody or give anybody a cold shoulder. I don't ever want to deny somebody a friendship because of what's going on in their life. At the same time, I don't want to sit at the sinner's table. And we already see the stuff I'm battling in my own life, right? It's just like with people preaching a false doctrine or man's traditions, you don't want to pray next to them because if they're on man's traditions, we know that to be Moloch. So you don't want to sit down next to that person and start worshiping God because they're listening to Moloch's voice. They have the false doctrine, man's traditions. They're fallen, right? I'm trying to figure things out. It's more of a question than a statement. I've been cast aside with some of my ministries. But some of the people in those ministries, they're wolves in sheep's clothing, so I don't care if they cast me aside because, again, they're wolves in sheep's clothing, so what do I care about them? But my other siblings in Christ, it's really painful to be torn away from them. But I can't go back in those situations. They're too triggering and they're detrimental. They hurt. sin knowingly and don't care. Yeah, the sinner's table would be like, would be people that know God exists, but knowingly don't follow his commandments, and they're willing to sit there at the table giving praise to chopping up lines of cocaine instead of giving praise to the lines that are written in the book of the Holy Bible. That would probably be the sinner's table. I remember being somewhere at one time, and I only had a couple of drinks, and I was smoking my weed, so that's all I ever do anyway. But I was somewhere at some time with a group of people. As the day progressed, the barbecue was ending, and it was falling into the evening, and all of a sudden, something came over me. And I felt, okay, Holly, it's time to go. If you don't go, you'll be sitting at the sinner's table at this point. So I left. Now, throughout the day, it was fine. We were all horsing around. It was a barbecue, swimming, and stuff like that. But then the shifted, and the happenings at the table shifted, and it was just time for me to leave, because if I had stayed, I would have been sitting at the sinner's table. I was not about to embark on their endeavors. You have people that knowingly know God exists, but then they sit there and go, oh no, I believe in Mother Earth and nature. And Holly, you're not supposed to give a name to the spirit because it's above names and all that hooey-fooey. They know God exists, but yet they're farting around with these deities, and they know better. Same with my mother. They know better, but they're still farting around with these other deities. Or whatever's happening at the table, you can tell that their direction is not pointed towards the Bible or anything holy. Knowingly going against God's word would be sitting at the sinner's table. Knowingly going against his word and against your better judgment. Living a lifestyle that he tells us not to live. That's a good question, Huntress. That's a really good question. I don't really know. What could I get for breakfast? I want, somebody to cook for me. I could go to a bagel place, maybe. I might take a shower when I get home. Again tonight, taking a shower and then going to bed is always so nice. Biscuits and gravy. Ooh. That actually sounds good. I'm hungry. I could have chicken breast and wine sauce. I only gotta make the noodles. Right? I had somebody live with me. I said, you walk my dog when I want my dog walked. You cook for me when I'm hungry. And you clean up. And I'll let you live here rent-free. But you basically have to be my chef and my maid. That was a bad decision. I should have done it myself. And I guess the sinner's table would be knowing God's there but not following his word and doing things at your own way and your own will. when I first came on the scene, before I was even public to anybody, so this is back in 2015, it was just my friends that knew my testimony, so I wasn't doing interviews or anything. That's back when I had 200 friends on my Facebook list, and I knew every single one of them. Now I've got over 2,000 friends, and I don't know half of them. I'm teasing. But, what was I saying? And I made the acquaintance of this woman, and she was battling heroin. She goes, Holly, I want to get saved. So her and I did private video calls, or they were just voice calls. We didn't have the video, but it was through the computer, where her and I talked a couple of times. And we kept in touch, like on Google Hangouts, like through the texting through Google Hangouts. And she struggled with heroin. And I remember she relapsed. I didn't hear from her for a while, and then she popped up. I'm like, are you all right? What's going on? She's like, you're not going to want to talk to me. What are you talking about? Yeah, I do want to talk to you. Where have you been, woman? And she's like, well, I relapsed. And you know, for about 2 weeks I relapsed. And she went back to doing it. I was like, okay. And, all right, well, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear it. She said to me, she goes, Holly, because I relapse, other siblings in Christ don't want anything to do with me. Other ministries have thrown in the white towel with me. They put their back to me. They want nothing to do with me. Oh, jeez. I relapsed, quitting pain pills. I relapsed with this. I relapsed a lot. Abba drew my attention to that recently because he's talking to me about my cigarette smoking. But he reminded me, Holly, don't you remember when you quit your pain pills? You relapsed once a day, every day for a while. There was a month in there where I relapsed. I took 1 dose of pain pills every single day. And then I just stopped. But it took me a while to get going. It took me a while to stay off the pills. It took me practice to stay off the pills. I hate to say it. It's going to take me practice to stay off this. Once I do get off of it, see, I had those strips that you'd put on your tongue and it would totally kill a nick fit, and it didn't use nicotine or tobacco in it. It was just natural remedies, but they don't make those strips anymore. Yeah, because they're successful in getting you to quit smoking. And that's how I was able to quit, was with those strips. To be honest, if I something like that in a health food store, man, I'll quit smoking with no problem. All right, so I said to this lady, my friend, I got her saved. We had a relationship. She kind of more came to me to talk to God, talk about God and having God in her life. You know, and how she could have him in her life and maybe what he thinks about her and stuff, because she had been so rejected by the Christian community as a whole because she relapsed. And I told her, I said, lady, you are my friend. You're always going to be my friend. I'm not going to put my back to you. Number one, I can't do that. I'm always going to care about you, but I'm not going to put my back to you. I see you struggling to do better. She struggled for, I think, like a year and a half, 2 years. I can't really remember. And she was finally successful at not coming off, but staying off. She changed around her life to make it possible for her to be away from those people that triggered her back into doing it. So I haven't heard from her in a couple of years. I hope she's doing good. I hope she's doing good. I think she was like the girlfriend of somebody famous. I'm not sure. I meet a lot of different people, and it doesn't matter what background they come from or how much money they got in the bank or what size house. And sometimes they have just the same exact problems as I do. And I have my little small apartment that I love so much. My 800 square foot apartment. Perfect for Keeper Seva and I. Nobody else. I don't need some dude glomming onto me, dragging me down, and making me feel worse about myself. He only likes certain altars and will only talk to certain other altars. Like, I don't want people like that in my life. But anyway, that's what's of a concern to me, because I am friends with everyone. If I judge somebody, it's more like we don't have similar personalities or we don't agree, and I just go my own way. I don't have a falling out or anything like that. I just go my own way and do my own thing. And when I see people, how are you? It's great to see you. My love and prayers to you. But I just keep that respectful distance because I know there's differences. I have friends of all different backgrounds. I can't imagine putting my back to any one of them regardless of what they've done. Now, as far as the books that are on my shelves, the teachers that I have on my shelves, the only person that's questionable, no offense, the only person that's questionable on my shelves is Trey Smith. He promotes George Washington a bit, way too much, and he promotes the rapture way too much. But otherwise, I love my brother Trey Smith a lot. A lot. I've been dreaming of Trey Smith my whole life. It finally stopped when I turned 40. I finally stopped dreaming of him when I turned 40, and I found him online, alive and well, putting God in nutshells. My grandparents would say that. There's Holly in a nutshell. Holly in a nutshell. So, but who, like, I mean, I took Jonathan Cahn, Paul Begley off my shelves. I tore up the certificate of being a congregant to their churches, no offense, but they don't own me. I am not under any contract to anybody, including being a congregant to your church. No. I can be associated and affiliated, but after that, I'm not into the commitment, okay? I only wear one ring on my finger, and this commitment is him. That might be me, Tellies. So you see me relapsing with cigarettes, so you're going to throw me out? No. I have a friend that means a lot to me that fell into sin. I want them to pull out of it. I want them to stop, get back on track with what the Bible says. It's heart-wrenching. It's gut-aching and heart-wrenching because Abba's truth is hard. It's hard for me to get right with. That's why I've been doing all of these videos, to show you guys it's a process. It can go smoothly and it can also go really rough. But I'm here seeking out Abba and bringing you guys with me. That's what AB has always been about, is a place of healing and recovery, therapy, prayers, worship to Abba, a community where we can share ideas, knowledge, our education, our experiences, and I don't want anybody to take that from any of us. And if they try to, I will just come back under a different name and try to grab you guys all again to bring us back together. Always remember my name, Holly Baglio, because I'll throw up videos. But you'll know me when you see me. As far as Facebook, man, I got to get a hold of that second account and delete it. They won't even let me into it to delete it. But, what if my friend doesn't want to get out of their sin? And what if my friend has turned their life around to make what they're doing comfortable? None of us want to be alone. But, you know, I can't make that famous musician dude love me the way I want to be loved. So I'll just stay away from him since I won't get a biblical relationship. It only goes to show that I believe my walk with Abba is alone. He will give me a second, and it's probably not going to be a husband. My walk with Abba is alone. And most of the time I love it, but like there's times where it does get to me. I love you guys, I got you guys, but you're too far away sometimes for me to reach out and grab your hand, you know? A bagel sandwich, yeah. I could just cook one myself if I wasn't so lazy. So, you know, the company I keep, you know, just, I really need to look at the Bible and see what Abba instructs us to do. But, like, if I had a friend, how about this? And I'm sorry that I'm using this word. But I'm going to use it. I had a cousin named Frankie, and he's dead. He died of HIV, complications with HIV, AIDS. Frankie was loved by my grandmother raised him and his brother Johnny. My grandmother raised everybody in the family, to be honest with you, except for Mary. She was only there for 6 months, not 6 years. Don't listen to that liar. The whole family has told her to keep our names out of her mouth, and with very good reason. So, Frankie came to Grandma's house one day and said, Aunt Bubby, that's what they call Grandma. Her sister Evelyn was Aunt Babe. Dorothy was Aunt Dot. I boom your Dot. I bombed that thing. She was my Aunt Dot. I get to joke about her any way I want, and she had a great sense of humor. I'd catch her singing in the shower and stand out in the hallway mimicking her. We'd have like a duet to see who could outdo each other, her in the shower or me in the hallway, mimicking her. Yeah, I'm very playful. So, my grandma hated her name, but I loved it. Her name was Mildred Gertrude Gabery. She told me, Holly, when you bury me, will you please put Millie Gabery? No, I did not. I put Mildred Gertrude Gabery because I love that woman so much. I know that she preferred to be called Millie, but anyway, everybody in the family would call my grandma Aunt Bubby. Aunt Bubby. I don't know why Bubby, but Frankie came in the house one day and said, Aunt Bubby, I'm queer. My grandma goes, you know exactly how I feel about that, Frankie. My grandmother was also raised racist, but before she died, she actually repented. She repented for it. She goes, Holly, I was raised that way. We were brought up to think that blacks and whites were different. We were literally brought up to think that blacks came from apes and whites came from Jesus. She goes, but I've learned a lot from you, Holly. She goes, I'm not prejudiced or racist anymore. Because I'd go to Tequila Joe's and my friends, the majority of my friends weren't white. And I'd come home and I'd show Grandma all the pictures. I'd be like, since I can't take you to the club, I'll bring the club home. I let my friends talk to her. Everybody knew about my grandmother. I just love that woman immensely. Papa too, but he passed when I was 13. But I showed her all the pictures of my friends, and she'd be like, you're friends with them? Yeah, Graham, why? They're really cool. Well, okay, they're nice to you? Yeah, Graham. They want to braid my hair like theirs. Graham, they're human beings. So my grandmother did get past her racism before she passed away. But anyway, I remember when I was a little girl, basically Frankie came in and said, "Aunt Bubby, I'm queer." Grandma goes, Frankie, I raised you. I already know. Frankie. But you know how I feel about it? Mm-mm. Not in this house. Not in this house. Frankie said, okay. And Aunt Bubby, my grandma, was like, Frankie, I love you. I love you so much. Frankie, at one time, was married and he had 2 kids. He was married to a woman and had 2 kids. But after their divorce, he went and lived a lifestyle that he wanted. I think he may have gotten married to make the family happy as well as to have kids. Geez, I wish I had kids now looking back. Definitely a son. But anyway, but I'd like to have a daughter to see if she looks like me. I'd be like, there's my mini me. You better not be cuter than your mother. I'm kidding. Can't have kids. I can't have kids. No, I'm teasing. I can, but so Frankie always visited my grandma every Christmas, every Easter, bringing her flowers. And one year, Anthony came with him. And Grandma met Anthony. And what a sweetheart Anthony was. I still pray for Anthony. I hope he's doing all right. Exhausted and depleted. Thank you, Huntress. I am. Be exhausted and depleted. I can't think to form these emails that I need to send out to everybody. If you were here physically, Huntress, I could sit you down at PayPal and you could get all the email addresses from there and send it out, but you're not here physically. PayPal's going to be shut down anyway. I got to get Venmo. I got to get something. I was thinking about a GoFundMe, but then people are like, well, that's how much money you got, and what'd you do with it? Isn't it still in there? And it's like, no, I'm so broke that the second I get money, it's going to bills, food, or, well, now a vet. I waited a long time for my medicinal license, my cannabis license, a long time. And right now, the total price will be $220. If I had gotten it years ago, it would have cost me $1,700. But I can't go without my medicine. And Abba said, no, you use it for medicine, you get your license. Holly, do it the right way. You're not using it to party on. You're using it for medicine, so you get your medical license, point blank. But anyway, loving it. Congratulations, Tellies. And I pray for your health and your curing and healing too, Tellies. I'm glad that you have a plant versus a prescription. And don't let anybody alienate you. You're using it for medicinal purposes, and you have every right. I am fully disabled. I don't want to take the pills and the procedures. I should have the right to pick a plant instead, but I have just as much right as anybody else to stand at this pulpit and preach. So if there's another fully disabled person and they don't like marijuana, but they'd rather the prescriptions, well, that's their business with God. And they too, as well, have just as much of a right to stand at the pulpit and preach, even though they're on pain relievers or anti-anxiety pills. And that alters you. But what, Christians, because it's by a prescription, then it's okay to be altered? No. Doctors are glorified drug dealers, and what pisses me off, you spend good money to go to them, and then you walk out without a prescription? You don't pay the doctor bill then. You don't. Why would you go to a drug dealer, slam down your money, and then walk out the door without your drugs? You just wouldn't do that, right? Yeah, so don't do it with a doctor. Um, messed up philosophy. So anyway, my grandmother would let Frankie and Anthony come over, and she'd sit and talk to them and hang out with them. And she knew exactly what was going on with them, but she just said, not in my house. So, but they would come over and eat and hang out with me and Grandma. Yeah, the mind altering can be applied to any substance. Absolutely. So, as long as they weren't playing kissy face and holding hands and stuff like that, they were always welcome in our house. So you know what? If one of my friends came to me and said, Holly, I'm gay, I'd say, you know how I feel about that. I don't like it. But I love you. And I'm still going to extend my friendship to you. I would hope that you would stop, because I look at it as being a demonic attack. I look at it as being MK Ultra programming that has done this to you. Or maybe you had trauma in your early childhood years that caused this to happen. Guys, I have friends. I have a girlfriend that dresses like a man and lives like a man. Now, I'm not putting my back to her. I remember her from the cages. And Christians want you to put your back to everybody. They ostracize people. Well, I don't want to ostracize anybody. But if I don't... So this is what I mean about the sinner's table. Was Grandma sitting at the sinner's table because she let Frankie and Anthony come over and have dinner and celebrate the holidays with us, even though she knew he was gay and he could bring his partner or lover with him, just so long as there was no of that hanky-panky stuff? So does that mean my grandma was sitting at the sinner's table? Or do you think Grandma was showing them love from Jesus? So if I'm faced with that situation, what would I, Holly Baglio, do? Plastic Christians would be like, you better not go hang out. You better ostracize a person. You better shun them and put your back to them, Holly. Even the Bible says, it's like, wait a minute. What if in a week they decide to put down that lifestyle? Then I can go and take them back? No, I don't. That's like, I tell people all the time, you know I'm public. You know I'm public. If you don't want to be public, then don't come by me. Now, I don't use names of people. Even when I have permission, I don't. But if you say, Holly, you don't have permission to use my testimony, I will purposefully forget it. I don't step on toes. I'm very respectful and considerate of people, especially survivors. But would I let somebody who's in sin minister to me? Yeah, because I'm in sin myself. We're all in sin. Even a non-believer can get someone to believe in Yeshua. So I think the verdict here is that I'm just never going to ostracize people. I think the Christian community is going to give me a lot of flack, but it's not for me to search hearts. That's only for Abba to do. You know, now I'm going to have to go around to people and be like, wait, before I pray with you, do you believe in the rapture? Because if you do, I can't pray. Wait, are you celebrating Christmas? Because if you do, I can't pray with you. Because you're taking up pagan stuff. That sounds judgmental too, right? But that fake Jesus slithers in and gets us everywhere possible. Man's traditions. And that's where we have to break all of that and come. And now that we all know Christmas, and now I know New Year's is pagan. Going forward, for the Hebrew calendar, for the Gregorian calendar, and thanks to James Sarsma, I have the Chinese calendar now. I can't celebrate it. It's pagan. Right. Guys, I think we have to be very diligent right now and very careful. We have to sharpen our ear to our shepherd's voice right now. We need to expose all the lies, all the deceit right now and get down to the bare naked nitty gritty of Abba. And his truth. His truth. Oh my gosh, you guys saw my pot pipe. Dandelion root, we got to start her on that. But I'm going to tell you guys something. Sex is a very big issue. It always stands out in spiritual warfare. Just like doing mushrooms or acid, ayahuasca, it literally opens doors in your mind for demons to walk in. And it's highly likely you will become demonically possessed. I had a chance to do shrooms not too long ago. And I picked the cup up of tea, put it to my lips, sipped it. I put it back down. I said, you know what, Abba? I want you more than anything else. I already have spiritual gifts, so this stuff is not going to really do anything to me because I'm already seeing stuff. I don't want to share a cup with somebody else. No swap and spit, because whatever demons they have are transmittable. You don't want to get shotties from people or take secondhand shotties from people that are smoking, because their exhale of breath that you inhale, you're transferring demons. Simple handshakes can do that. So, Abba showed me a lot that night, that one night that I was in a situation where there were shrooms. And he showed me a lot that night. And how these demons will find you, see that you're tampering with shrooms, and then bust their way into your life. I used to love gel tabs and shrooms. I hated acid. But anyway, Abba showed me how easy it is to become demonically possessed. I remember standing there and Abba saying, Holly, when you stand up, don't get scared. And when I had lifted my head up, and when I stood up and I looked at my friend, I saw the demons around them. But more than that, I saw a demon literally walk right into his body. And Abba was like, don't be scared, don't be scared. I'm like, scared of what? I know I can see these demons, and I know that they're here, and Abba showed me them. But then I literally saw one, it looked like a dark shadow of a person, walk right into my friend. And that's all it took for demonic possession to happen. Me, I was like, Abba, I don't really want to do shrooms because I don't want to see the other dimensions. I don't care to see them. I already have the gift of sight. But Abba showed me something that night. And it was just as easy as doing shrooms one time for demonic possession to happen. Didn't have to do any chants or dances, didn't have to summon any spirits or deities, didn't have to meditate, didn't have to pray, didn't have to do any incantations. All it took was a cup of tea with magic mushrooms in it. It is. So, and I remember telling Bridge about it, and I said to her, I said, Bridge, I was in a situation, and I made the right decision. I was going to make the right decision anyway, but I really saw how those demons can transfer, travel, latch on to people, possess people, and I want you guys to forget everything that you were taught, except for what you learned from Restizdar. But when Christians tell you guys that Satan can't do certain things, and that's not true. And if you, I know a lot of people are followers to Yeshua, but I want more. And no offense, I see a lot of followers giving themselves a title they don't deserve. And I see some followers that are really servants, and they think they're just followers, but they're really doing a lot more for Yeshua than just following. So there's all types out there, but I've met some types that they, according to themselves, are servants to Abba, but the only place they've ever preached is their own living room. Oh, we're doing God's work. By your Facebook posts? I've read your Facebook posts. You're quoting scripture. No. Yes, we're supposed to feed people on the Bible, but we're supposed to also make it interesting. But, yeah, I've seen some followers to Christ. They're like, no, Holly, I'm just a follower. I'm just a follower. No, you're not. You're doing more. You have dreams and visions. You write them down. You share them with people. You're always in prayer. You're a servant. Like, you're doing a lot for Abba. You have people like Joel Osteen making money off of Abba's name. That ticks me off. And he's not even saved. But you try to tell that to a Christian, what do you mean? He's saved. Listen to him talk about God. You can just tell. I've heard his interview, his testimony. Joel Osteen is not saved to Yeshua. Not at all. And how many Christians flock to listen to him? And they call him a holy man. There's nothing holy about Osteen. Except for the O at the beginning of his name. I gotta, go to the store and stuff. I really don't feel like it. 11:45. So, sorry for just babbling. I'm tired. But thank you guys for talking to me about this subject. Because it's been weighing on me for a couple of months. And, I love my friends. I love the people in my life. I love my ministries. I love my sisters and brothers in Christ. And I don't want to ostracize anybody for any reason. Well, if you... Yeah. If you're out there murdering and raping people and dealing drugs, then yeah, I don't want anything to do with you. If you're out there cheating on your girlfriend or living in your parents' basement, just still trying to find excuses why you can't grow up, yeah, I pretty much don't want anything to do with you. Did you guys ever understand that? Why people would be like, I'll use me for an example. Holly, you're an ordained minister. Pray. Pray over our food. They want me to pray over the food. That they'll talk about the end time dreams and visions, but they won't let me talk about the tick that I see on their head. They won't let me talk about the demons that I see hanging on them because they have sin in their life. They don't want the correction and discipline of Heavenly Abba. They want the feel-good stuff. And it doesn't work that way. And Abba, yes, we rejoice in Him and have happiness and love, but not every day is love. Yeshua HaMashiach Himself carried depression. Now, my friend Luker can tell you all about depression. So can I. It's horrible. Horrible. And when you're battling depression, yes, it's a demonic attack, but you don't feel joy. But does that mean that you don't have any? No, it's just you got a battle ahead of you. But not everything with Jesus is hunky-dory. And when Christians say, oh yeah, I just rejoice in God and today's a happy day. Oh, it's just a new beginning. Look at the sun and the birds and yes, every day is like this. They're lying to you. They're lying to you. That's a religious fanatic. That's a conformist. They're lying to you. Me and my friends are close to Yeshua, and I got to tell you, we have to literally battle demons to keep a smile on our face. We spend more time crying, vomiting, binding and casting down demonic spirits than we do smiling. We're working, we're advancing the kingdom of heaven, we're sharpening our iron, getting fellowship, all praise, love, glory, and worship to Yud-Hey B'Av for Yeshua. From the Holy Bible, be very specific. Me and my friends, man, we go through torture. Absolute torture. Me and my friends get thrown in jail. Facebook jail. But no, my friends and my friends, man, they'll tell you, Holly, I love God, and yes, He makes me happy, but I had another hellish day where I couldn't get a smile on my face. They're being demonically attacked, tortured. You know you're doing something right when you're going through all of that. I want to be close to God, so the kingdom of darkness attacks me more to stop that and prevent it. The closer I get to Abba, the more dreams and visions I have, and they come true, and they're about all of us, the more help I can be. Especially if you're in a demonic attack, I can help you. But you have to be open the way I was open with Bridge. It wasn't, she was giving me the bridge to Abba. So I went into confession with her, and I told her a lot of stuff that you guys don't know. You do know a lot of it, but not everything. And it wasn't that I was giving her my confession per se, but she was my witness to Abba. She was there so I could have Yeshua with me. She's very spiritually gifted, and I could see that. But it was more that I was giving my confessions and talking to Heavenly Abba. I didn't care what Bridge thought. In fact, she didn't think anything of the confessions I told her. Because again, the confession wasn't going to her. But she's like, Holly, when you're done with this, you just wait when you hear about my life. So I'm not judging you, Holly. And I've been there. And she has, man. She really has. So you have to feel comfortable with the other person, definitely. Because in a demonic attack, it gets very intimate. You have to be open and brutally honest. What's going on? Do you think you opened a demon door? And if so, which one did you open? And those demons, guys, you know, they tell what you did. I met a guy down in South Carolina, and the second time I had come into contact with him and met him, Heavenly Abba made every light switch in my head go off, turned it on, and Abba showed me that this man had raped a girl and that he was about to do it to me. And I told you guys a story about Kings Park in South Carolina when it was, what, the year 2015. So I could see that sin still on him. He hadn't repented, and Yeshua hadn't forgiven him because he didn't repent. And he was plotting to do it to me. So I could see that. But anyway, when you go through a demonic attack, you really have to look at, is it you, or could it be somebody doing a satanic sacrifice and summoning these things after you? And to know the difference, or if it's a combination. Sometimes demons just kind of happen onto you. Or what happened to me recently with that, a couple of nights where that scruffy, grisly looking entity was running around, dressed in black. He kind of looked like a werewolf, but not really. Remember that a couple nights ago? And I was scared to go outside? Or a couple of weeks ago, rather. Well, sometimes these demons, this one entity saw my light for Yeshua shining bright, and he got attracted to it and wanted to know what that was all about. And he came and found me himself, this one entity. But with that entity came others. So he wasn't alone. Sometimes these demons just find you happenstance, or like I was battling demons so much that other demons noticed the battle and came looking for me. I kid you not. I know it sounds crazy, but you have to remember these demons are tricksters. They don't play by a set of rules. Christians like to think they do, but listen, don't listen to those Christians. Listen to me when I tell you these demons don't have rules. And if you want to be closer to Abba, they're going to attack you a lot more. It's just the way it's going to go. And now that I've recognized these spiritual gifts, I can't turn them off and just ignore them, because those entities are not going to go away. To be willfully blind and be like, all right, yeah, I'm going to ignore my gift of sight. I can't turn it off. More than that, I can't play stupid and be like, yeah, I don't see the entity there. I'm just going to walk by it. That entity is still going to pummel me. Abba said, what are demons? Spirits, fallen angels, disturbed human souls. Those demons aren't going to go, oh, well, Holly's not paying attention to her spiritual gifts, so we can't play with her anymore. No, they're still going to attack me and pummel me. But Abba gave me a choice a couple weeks back. He didn't give it to Bridge. He kind of told her. But Abba said, Holly, you do have a choice. You can just follow. You don't have to do more. You don't have to, Holly. You have a choice. And I kind of got the overall impression that he was basically saying, you know, you've been through the dumbs, you've been through enough, so you don't have to step up to the plate to be one of my elect. Like, you can just sit down and relax if you want. And I said, no, Heavenly Abba, I want it. I want to fight for you. I want to fight harder. I want to serve you more. Following is too slow of a pace. I want more. You used Moses mightily. I want you to use me mightily. Really, that's what I'm after. And I ask him every day, too. But that gift of healing hands, he said, as long as I have a second person, that he would let me pray to him for curing and healing, and that he would answer, but he's not just going to give me that gift. I'm going to have a second. That way I'm humbled, and I keep his will in mind, and not my will, where I'm going to run around and heal everything and everybody. But because I want more from him, I'm going to definitely be attacked more. But those demons, guys, I'm trying to, hopefully tonight Dan will let me talk about these demons and what they do, because they've been attacking me so hard. It's purposefully to shake my faith and purposefully to turn from Abba, because there were moments where I could see a person turning to Abba and saying, look at all these demon attacks. They don't stop rolling in. I can't do this anymore, Abba. It's too much. And then they walk away. And the demons want you exactly to do that and to walk away. I told Abba, I said, you know what? I couldn't live with those plastic Christians in Maryland, the handlers whose money was black, that you showed me their money was black. I couldn't live like that. But you know what, Abba? I'll sit here and fight demons with you all day long. I got anger issues. And I do have anger issues. I'm going to smoke one more butt, and then I got to come up, throw a pair of jeans on. Not do it on camera. I almost took you guys in the bathroom with me once. I know. We're together all the time. Everywhere you go, I go too, because now I'm stuck on you. Yeah, you. I'm going to be your new best friend. You're rice, I'm white. I'm on it. I'm stuck on you. But these demons, guys, really, they don't have a set of rules, and they throw everything at you, and they do things that you think they couldn't do. I mean, I learned stuff in December I thought that demons could not do. And they did it anyway. They did it anyway. I kid you not. Being covered in the blood of the Lamb, have your full armor on, filled and overflowed with the Holy Spirit. Every day I use my showers of water baptism. Every day I refresh my freedom, deliverance prayers, my salvation prayers. And then I go into spiritual warfare every day. A couple of times a day, too, I will say, Abba, please bless and baptize us in the Holy Spirit. Please up our armor. Strengthen our armor through the day. And it makes me stronger when I do that. Rebuke them, sister. Oh, absolutely. But I can't wait for the interview with Dan. I hope I do better than last night. I hope I get a second shot with Daniel X to do an interview. You know what? I should get a bright light for that so it's not so dark in here. Yeah. Well, I gotta go to the pet store, then I gotta go to the dollar store for me, and then I gotta go to Walmart. Not for me, but I still gotta get things from Walmart. I gotta see how much money I don't have first. Okay, so I'm gonna smoke a butt first. I don't wanna smoke while driving in my car. I want to stop that again because Abba said if you're smoking in your car, I can't be in your car. So, I'm smoking now. You want me to dwell in your house, Holly? I can't be in your house. You can have wine if you want to use a communion, but if you're going to party on it, then I can't dwell there. And it's just like that, too. You have to follow what he commands you to a T. I don't want to test Abba, so I'm going to listen to what he says, and I'm going to work at not smoking in my car. That way he can be in my car with me driving. These demons latched on to somebody. I was expelling these demons out of my house in December. I saw them scattering away. And then I saw these demons latch on to people. And these certain people had told me that they have a relationship with God, specifically. And I saw these demons scatter straight towards that person. When I was fighting those demons in December, they were coming out of like the foundation. It was, I wish I could like draw you a picture. What the Omicron looks like, that weird looking thing. It's almost like a tapeworm. Oh, it's gross. Those demons look like that. They were flopping around. Some were slithering. But yeah, like they were flopping around like a fish out of water, just flopping around. Oh, they're so icky and yucky. They're so icky and yucky, and they are nasty. I'm running away because it's 11 o'clock. It's time for me to get dressed and go. Go do a good deed. Plus, in a few minutes, my cell phone will call and it'll be my friend. Are you going to go to the store? I'm trying to get her turned on to Chewy.com because Walmart and ShopRite don't have a lot of selection. I gave her my Wi-Fi password, so I'm hoping that she checks some of these sites out so she can get the stuff delivered to her. I don't mind helping out, but doing, like, okay, my phone's gonna ring, watch. I didn't want to be rude to you guys, and otherwise I would have been out there talking to her for a few minutes. Kind of hard to be doing a full grocery list. I used to do my mother's full grocery list of shopping, this other lady's, and then mine. I can't. That's like overkill. My mother half the time didn't even pay me for gas money to get to her house. So it's like, well, now you're more of an expense than anything. That woman can do it herself. If I want company, thank you. Yeah, you know, Huntress. Yeah, we'll do a phone call. That way I can get counsel from you. My nutritionist pillar. Join me in prayer for Bridge. I better stop saying her name because the demons are probably attacking her even more because I am saying her name. That woman is powerful. If anybody should be doing an interview with Dan, it should be this one. She's not a survivor per se, but man, she knows a lot. Hey, Lynn, I gotta go to the dollar store, the pet store, and Walmart. Yeah, I'm gonna need a few minutes because I have to change and get going and took a shower last night. I'm clean. I just look all rough. I look all rough, guys. That's all right, good. That means when I go out, nobody will hit on me and ask me for my number. Yeah, right. I can't, there's this one guy in town. I haven't seen him in a while. He's cute too, but I'm not interested in that capacity. So anyway, every time I went, a couple of times when I went to the liquor store, I mean, I look like this. I kid you not. Well, I didn't have my duckies on, my boots, my duckies. But I kid you not, this is what I look like. Do you know he's still, like, just like this. Do you know the guy still asks me for my phone number? Saw me out in the parking lot. Well, he saw me in the store, but then he left the liquor store first, and he sat in his car until I got in the parking lot, and he stopped and talked to me for a while. Got my number. Of course, I got his. So, I'm like, I don't know, a couple weeks later. No, actually, a month goes by, because he travels a lot for his work. From, like, he flies a lot. It's not Mike Smith, but somebody else from, like, around here. So anyway, a couple of weeks later, again, I'm dressed like this. Do you know? That guy saw me walking in, and I saw him out of the corner of my eye, too. And he saw me walking in. Do you know that once I got in the store, because I was looking over my shoulder at that point, he moved his car in the parking lot and parked right next to mine. So I'm in the store, I'm getting stuff, and I'm like looking out the window, and I notice that the cashiers are like looking at me like I'm weird. Well, I was kind of looking out the window, and he wasn't coming in. And I was stalling, and he wasn't coming in. I was like, ah, boy. So I get my stuff, and I get out in the parking lot, and I have to walk past this car to get in mine, because, like, he backed in, so his driver door was now by my driver door. Why haven't you called me? What are you doing? You need a partner to drink that beer with? Pheromones anymore. Thank you, Christine. Anyway, I was really flattered. But I told him point blank, I was like, I'm a minister. I talk about super soldier projects, and I don't want anybody to know where I live. And that's where we left it. Well, now that I'm doxxed, because these gang stalkers, doxing, giving out my information, taking pictures of me, my plates, my car, everything, that's threatening, dangerous behavior to do to somebody like me, to do to anybody in general. But given I'm an MK Ultra survivor, that's really dangerous for someone else to do that to me. That is startling. That is antagonistic. It's instigating. Anyway, now that I'm doxxed, doesn't matter. Now I could have gone to that carnival over the summer with him. My one friend Dave and I were gonna. I got two friends named Dave. One lives right next to me. I wanted to go to the carnival down the way this summer. You know. All right, guys. I gotta change. You can't be here for that. And I have to go. I really like my bed being here, to be honest with you. Everything I need is like in a 400-foot radius. My throne from HTV Studios to my porcelain god. Hey, it's Green Soul. Hey, I meant to call you last night. Tonight I got a big interview. I gotta get ready for it. So maybe this weekend. I'll probably be doing panels. Maybe Saturday. You better be careful jogging, Green Soul, because I'm telling you, one more you're going to hear. Coming right up behind you. Oh, you know what, Green Salt? If we ever met to get coffee, you know what we could do? We could put together a skit where I like chase after you and tackle you and beat you up. And then put it up on YouTube and be like, yeah, my first introduction to Holly. People would be like, she did that to you? Oh my God, did you? People would be calling up the cops going, Holly just attacked Green Soul. I thought they were friends. She just ambushed him and jumped him. I don't know where, but you got to go get Holly. She's done flipped her lid now. I'm teasing. So, all right, I'm going to go. Billy Bob would be like, that's my girl. Hey, just some guy. It's great to see you. You're coming in, and I'm going out. So let me get my tuchus in gear. I have a big interview tonight with Dan Bedondi. I will put up the links when we go live. I think it's at 10:30, or it might be at 12. I'm not sure. You're at then. Rewind it. You got 2.5 hours. I can't believe I've been talking for 2.5 hours. Where does the time go? I have so much fun talking about Yeshua and hanging out with you guys that I don't want to do anything else. But I have to. I do my PayPal, I do my food stamps, and I'm going to go food shopping for my elderly lady friend. Hey, Rodimus Prime. All right. Shalom, Tallies. I'll see you guys later. And Huntress, when I get my ass in gear, I'll give you a call. Or I'll text you, or you call. How about, yeah, duh. I just saw your comment. Huntress, you call me. That'll be easier. You call me. Yeah, I help you get up every morning. You guys help me get up every morning. This morning, though, I slept until 7. I was like, oh no, it's an hour after Seva's medicine. She was kind of waiting for it. But, I don't know, she's not eating so much today. Well, that's not true. I leave a can out for her during the night, and she eats some of it. She ate some chicken. I gotta get her to eat more. Okay, I love you. I gotta get me to eat more, so that way I can stop smiling. The only reason why I'm smiling is because it looks like I have weight. Right? So now I look plump and healthy. I look like that cartoon character, you know, the Dalmatian movie, where that mean, cruel woman, she had like the sunken in cheeks. All right, I'm gonna go now. Bye, guys. Agape style. I'll see you guys later. I'll talk to you soon.